Greetings, friends. Our subject today is observing the vital dashboard signs of your marriage. Before I list approximately 50 danger warning signs or flashing lights in your marriage dashboard that must be attended to and cleared urgently, let me first establish this analogy between our marriage engine and the car engine. Just like a car engine, our marriage engine projects warning lights on our marriage dashboard when the fuel of communication, the oil of love, the plugs of intimacy, the coolant of forgiveness, and temperature control of temperance go out of normal range. If we ignore these dashboard signs, our marriage vehicle will soon wreck. This is the reason we have scrapped heaps of marriage vehicles along the Till Death Do Us Path highway. We need to service our marriages, put good filters as we filter out words, filter out emotions, our priorities, our attitudes, and reactions. Where we need to align ourselves in our marriages, we should be willing to prioritize his or her needs and to align our marriages with the will of God and His Word. We need to service the shock absorbers of our marriages so that we don't experience exaggerated impact of little bumps and little disputes along our love path. Every time someone sounds a little off or needs attention, I work on it and fix whatever needs fixing immediately. When a warning light comes on in your car, maybe check the oil light or another bright symbol on the dashboard. Never to ignore it and think, oh, it will go away on its own at some point. Never ignore the warning signs in your marriage dashboard. When a couple prays together, they are submitting their marriage engine to the perfect mechanic, God. His word has genuine spare parts for every worn out component, which is found in our marriage. He can bring back your first love if you have lost it. Check your marriage pumps and let your heart keep pumping sweet words and compassion. Unclog all blockages that block quality time together. Use good, clean fuel. Use kind words and love as your fuel from the soul. Then you'll be harmonious in dual control. If you fill your tank with disagreement and panic, sooner or later you'll need a mechanic. Think of doing nice things for your partner and spending quality time as filling up their love tank with gas. Talk to your partner about what makes their love tank feel most filled. Relationships can be a lot like cars. While we tend to the idea of having a low maintenance relationship, it is important to invest and put effort into our relationships with significant others. Don't run on autopilot. No. Be mindful that you are not running your relationship on autopilot. Be intentional about how you treat your partner. Aim to treat your partner with kindness. And watch out for times when you put your partner down or treat them with contempt. Some mechanical problems don't easily show on the dashboard. Hence, the need to call a mechanic with a proper diagnostic kit to unmask these. Christian marriages counselors are equipped with a God given operation manual of a Christ centered marriage. The Word of God, the diagnostic kit that can reset our marriage in perfect restoration and clear all flashing lights of previous disputes. Marriage is like a car. Both of you might be sitting in the front seat, but only one of you driving. Though the husband is on the steering, you are essentially driving together because she may see dangers that are ahead way before you see them, and your spouse can identify objects that are in your blind spot. Only one of the two spouses can drive. Otherwise, if both of you tried to drive the car simultaneously, the car would surely hit a tree or bump into other traffic participants. God has established in the same equal manner that in marriage the man should be the head of his family and guide its members according to God's rules. Just as the driver obeys the rules of the well established highway code when being on the road with the purpose of preventing accidents, so should the man guide his family according to Christ's rules to prevent endangering and troubling its members. Observing vital signs is very important, just as they are vital signs for revealing the health of our physical bodies. They are key indicators marking the health of our marriage. Vital signs include temperature, pulse, respiratory rate, blood pressure, and oxygen saturation. The book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 2 says, "He answered and said to them, When it is evening, you'll say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red, and the morning. It will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and threatening." Hypocrites, you know how to discern the face of the sky, but you cannot discern the signs of the times. So it is very important to discern the signs, moods, preparedness, and readiness of your partner in any marriage-related issue that you need to handle together. Create a love-saturated atmosphere that allows sweet dialogue and sweet experiences in your marriage. Observe vital signs. Notice when your spouse is overwhelmed and needs help. Notice when there are signs of depression. Notice when your words didn't go down well, and take positive steps in love. When something is lacking in your body, it shows on the dashboard of your skin or organs. So it is in marriage. What the marriage lacks reflects on the dashboard of home atmosphere. If you lack iron, it will show on skin and nails. If you lack certain vitamins, it will show in your eyes, your tongue, your bones, your gums. If you lack proteins, minerals, water, oxygen, sleep, you name it, it will reflect in your body as signs and symptoms. In the same way, if you lack love, intimacy, finances, forgiveness, communication, and quality time together, it will reflect on the dashboard of your marriage as a deficiency syndrome. Now, let's analyze this list of marriage dashboard signs that must be treated as an emergency. So, the following are some quick signs you need to observe. When you're always criticizing each other, when there is lack of intimacy, when you constantly have the same argument, when you can't get anything your spouse is interested in, stonewalling, shutting down, and refusing to talk, when you can't let go of the past, your fight is always about everything. A third party takes precedence over your partner. You don't want to spend quality time together. You don't look forward to coming home. You are basically leading separate lives. There's been a lack of sweet gestures and letting someone come between you and your spouse. An emotional affair. If you are deprioritizing your marriage, a spouse who threatens divorce on a regular basis, you always feel stressed. And when it comes to your marriage, it just feels worse. You don't laugh with your wife. You see work as a respite from home. Domestic violence. Feeling disconnected from one another. No compromising. Lack of respect. Lack of trust. You're constantly disappointed. You refuse to get help. You aren't communicating, and you don't enjoy spending time together. You're keeping secrets or lying to your spouse. You're having an affair, hiding money. You start thinking about what might have been. You don't make decisions together. Separate bedrooms. You're overcompensating on social media. Escalation. There is abuse. No matter what, abuse is never okay, whether the abuse is physical, verbal, emotional, or sexual. The focus is completely child-centered. You isolate yourselves and keep your troubles a secret. One or both parties are having or are thinking about having an affair. You ignore red flags. Nothing is a joint decision anymore. Playing the blame game. sweeping problems under the rug, comparing your relationship to others, lack of honesty. You don't argue anymore. Your spouse can't think beyond himself or herself. You feel like an outsider being neglected and unwanted. If you see any of these signs in your marriage, don't be discouraged. Don't give up on your marriage. Don't blame yourself. Don't give excuses. Take responsibility and join heart with your spouse. Map a practical action plan in love, prayer, forgiveness, tolerance, and guidance. You can bounce back to good days again. It starts with you. Don't wait for your partner to do the first adjustments and earn your reaction. Do your part unconditionally and in unconditional love. I've seen God restore the most broken and seemingly hopeless marriages, restoring them to a beautiful haven of love, peace, and happiness. God bless you.